Hello, if you are new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you click that subscribe button so you can see more videos of moi. And if you are not new to this channel, then welcome back to my posse. And so today's video is my diagnosis. So basically what I have, this camera about to die. Hopefully it don't die before I finish this video. So basically diagnosis of what's going on with me, my illness and everything like that. So let me just jump into it. So I got diagnosed with cancer at age 26 in the beginning of July. I've always had an issue with my stomach for like a year or so now. And I was having, it's gonna be TMI, you just gotta know. I was having loose diarrhea for a year. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was weird, but I didn't know that it was a sign that your body was telling you something. I didn't know, because I didn't go to school for nursing, or I wasn't in the medical field, so I don't know. But yeah, so I had that, and I decided, I already knew I was going to go to the hospital, but I didn't want to, because I'm the type of person, I don't like the hospital. I hate going to the hospital. I'm sorry if you hear the echo, but I hate going to the hospital. I hate it. So I was very hesitant and basically just putting it to the side until I felt like, okay, I just have to go. Going to the last part of the month of when I decided to go, I ended up throwing up. I started throwing up. And not only was I throwing up, I was throwing up clear liquid. Like, it was no food, just clear stuff. And I'm like, what is this? This is kind of weird. And it'll say that you had IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and sometimes it also said you may have had cancer. And that scared me, because my grandmother had cancer. My grandfather had cancer. Both of my grandfathers had prostate cancer. But the nurses told me that wouldn't affect me because I'm not a dude. So that wouldn't affect me as far as cancer. And so really, I really didn't have really as much cancer in my family. But I was talking to one of my coworkers, and they was telling me, hey, I think you should actually just go to the hospital because it's in your stomach. There's something wrong with your stomach, and you shouldn't play with that. That's your life. So that kind of scared me too. So I said, okay, let me just go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and I thought they were telling me I had IBS. Like, I just already diagnosed myself, and I thought I had IBS. And they said that you have cancer. They didn't know which one. I was hysterical. Like, I was like breathing like this and just started crying, because I was like, this is not my life. I'm young. Like, what? You know? So they ended up telling me that I had what's called a neuroendocrine tumor. And with that, they told me I should count my blessings, because at first it told me that I had stage 4 ovarian cancer. So when they diagnosed me with the neuroendocrine tumor, he said I should count my blessings, because the ovarian cancer is one of the most deadliest cancers ever. So, and with the neuroendocrine tumor, it's not really considered stage 4, because it did spread to other parts of my body. But the neuroendocrine tumor is something that is hard to explain. So if you guys can look it up, you'll see that they say it's hard to tell a patient about it, because everybody's neuroendocrine tumors are different. Other than everybody who have breast cancer, you have breast cancer, and if it's spread, it's stage 4, no question about it. But with neuroendocrine tumors, you can have 10 people that have neuroendocrine tumors, and they're all being treated differently. So it's kind of weird. So it's very rare cancer. Typically, they say that people who get this are people who are over the age of 50 years old and who are Caucasian. I'm not 50, and I'm nowhere near white. So I was like, how in the world did I get this type of cancer out of all cancers? You know, I'm not going to complain, because they said I should count my blessings, so I'm like, whatever. But how did I get this, you know? So I'm pretty sure it probably came from, I have acid reflux. So it did start on my GI tract. It's irritated, so that's probably where it started from. So yeah, but it is scary to know that definitely at such a young age, you're being diagnosed with a illness, you know. So it really did frighten me. But I want people to know that one thing that because every time I thought about cancer, I thought cancer equals death. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought like my life was a ticking time bomb at that point. You know what I'm saying? And it scared me because I'm like, I have so much life to live. And I don't want to get emotional and start crying, but I told very minimum people, and it spread like wildfire over my whole family. And my whole family started calling me. And remember, I told my best friend, and she was talking to her stepmom, her mother-in-law, and her mother-in-law got on the phone. So I actually met her mother-in-law because she was a pastor, and she had told me, she was like, all cancer is not a death sentence. And that's exactly what she said. She said, all cancer is not a death sentence. And I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, I don't think you hear me. Are you listening to me? All cancer is not a death sentence. So I said, yes, ma'am. So right now, I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling good. You know, I don't feel like I'm sick at all. You know, sometimes I feel nauseous. But right now, I can feel like I can run a mile, you know. But actually, I'm actually seeing progress. My stomach is shrinking. So I think my chemo is working for the good. Hopefully, within a couple of more weeks to a month, probably, they tell me that I'm cancer free. I feel it. I claim it. But a lot of people think that cancer only comes when you have somebody in your family, like it's hereditary, and that's completely not true. And that's what I thought too. But my doctor told me that every single person living on this earth has cancer cells in their system. It just determines if they become malignant. And that basically means, if your cancer cells start to become active and start to work and do what it's supposed to do. So right now, everybody cancer cells basically sleep. Now, they can wake up, but everybody has cancer cells. So don't think just because, oh, my family don't have cancer, so I ain't gotta worry about it. No, you still gotta worry about it, because every single person has cancer cells living in their system. So you got to make sure that you're taking care of everybody, being healthy. And even then, like I said that I'm healthy and this and that, I'm not gonna get cancer. There's so many people who are personal trainers who have gotten cancer. Me myself, I try to live a healthy lifestyle. For a couple of times I went pescatarian. I always make sure I eat healthy. I try to make healthy choices. So even doing that doesn't stop you. Nothing really stops you. Cancer does not, is not racist. It doesn't discriminate at all. Anybody can get it. So don't feel like you're not accessible to getting it. So I want people to become aware of that and take the necessary precautions and realize what stuff can cause cancer, what stuff cannot. And a lot of times you may not know. A lot of people go and probably have cancer for a year or two without even seeing the signs that they have cancer. And a lot of people actually get diagnosed when it's too late. So I really want to just come up here and just talk to you guys about it. Now, when it comes to actual chemo, I didn't know what chemo was. I didn't know what radiation was. I still kind of don't know what radiation is a little bit, but I didn't know what chemo was. I didn't know that chemo basically is an infusion. Now you can get a pill. Some people get pill chemo, and you get basically like the IV. Like if you guys remember or know, people have IVs in their arm, and they have like a little tube, and it's dripping, and the stuff is going in their system. That's the same thing as chemo. It's different medicine that they're injecting inside your body. So basically liquids that they're injecting inside your body through a tube. So that is chemo. Like I said, it comes in that type of chemo, and they also have some chemo that has pill form. I didn't even know they had pill form. And everybody chemo is different. Some people take chemo every day. Some people take chemo every week. Some people take chemo every other week. Some people take chemo every 3 weeks. So just depending on your situation and what your doctor recommends. Thank God for me, I have one of the top doctors where I'm at. So she's like the #1 doctor in this area. I think actually in the state of Georgia. So I'm actually blessed to have her. So yeah, that too, they kind of gives me a sense of ease too, because I know I have somebody who really knows what she's doing. She's been a doctor doing cancer, treating cancer for over 30